El-Rufai is now preaching hygiene. He's now preaching hygiene to Nigeria after leaving heap of garbage in Kaduna, says Shehu Sonny. My dear listeners, here is another episode of today's news. Kindly please do drop by and like, subscribe to this channel and share. Good morning and welcome to today's news. A former lawmaker representing Kaduna Central Senatorial District, Shehu Sonny, has accused former Kaduna State Governor Nasiru El-Rufai of practicing tyranny while in power and now pretending to preach democracy. Although Sonny did not mention El-Rufai's name in his tweet on X, on Thursday, Sarah reporters confirmed that the former lawmaker earlier on Wednesday told Punch News paper some of the things he posted about El-Rufai in a phone conversation. Sonny criticized the former governor for his alleged intolerance towards the opposition while in office and accused him of trying to rewrite his political history after leaving power. This followed El-Rufai's recent criticisms of the All Progressives Congress APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Sonny also accused the former Kaduna governor of leaving behind a legacy of debt and division in the state. He said when in power in Kaduna, he practiced tyranny and unleashed evil out of power. He is sanctimoniously preaching democracy to the country he helped to wreck, plundered and persecuted. He demonized the opposition when in the palace and now embraces them when in the wilderness. He is like a man who is turned down by a woman and resorted to speaking ill of her. Tinubu was his angel until when he was evicted from the house, now telling the world he is a demon. The government is led by illiterates because they refused to hire Professor Midget. If he is in a keke napep, he will call it a Lamborghini. If he is thrown out of the Lamborghini, he will call it a keke napep. The man with a history of undisguised intolerance to opposition and a sensitive allergy to criticism has no moral and sanity fit to stand on the pulpit of democracy to preach about good governance. He left a heap of garbage in Kaduna land, is now preaching hygiene to a country that has not forgotten the history of his death. The man who looted Kaduna State's piled-up debt for our people used religion to divide the people of the state, enriched and shared lands with friends and family members, disobeyed court orders, persecuted journalists, arrested people for criticizing him on social media and monetized banditry is now telling others how to govern. If this man was admitted into Tinubu's government, no critic of the government in the north or south would have been spared from his toxicity. He thought he would have a pulpit governor in Kaduna State. Now it is the opposite and he is frustrated. He is now jobless, most times seeking to be invited to northern public events where he will whip up sectional sentiment, he added. Now to my dear listeners, we've come to the end of our today's news and moving down to the comment section. The first comment here says they always remember to preach good governance whenever they are not in power. Another comment here says El-Rufai may have his flaws, but he is one of the finest politicians in the country. I am not an El-Rufai fan, but I admire his intelligence and boldness and courage. A comment too says the sufferings have not yet started. He betrayed everyone that assisted him. With everything said about Tinubu's age falsification, secondary attended did not exist Chicago University saga, but still the El-Rufai supported Tinubu. How do we believe anything El-Rufai says about Tinubu or his government now that they are no longer together? To my dear listeners, that would be all for today. But I'm not so sorry to say that I see this El-Rufai man as someone that does not have wisdom. You know, you don't need to preach good governance once you are no longer in power. So, my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news, and can you please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel, and please